Honestly, just another insane weekend of League of Legends in both North America and Europe and beyond. I'll get into the European and Los Ratones side on Wednesday. I want to let the LEC wrap up because by the time this video goes live, there's still another day of games left to play. But today, on this one, we're talking about the top 5 plays from week 2 of the LCS lock-in tournaments. And in case you're wondering why I'm wearing a winter coat, first and foremost, it is 10:30 after a full day of co-streaming games, which, yes, I haven't even talked about that in a full video about getting co-streaming rights for the LCS. But if you haven't checked out the highlights from this past weekend, the full weekend package is available in the video that this will be related to. Again, massive thank you all for helping me get to the point where we are now able to co-stream and get that out there. But I just got done letting the dogs out, and it is the 22nd straight day in the New York metro area where the temperature has not gotten above freezing, and it has been in the single digits, and it's cold, and I'm still cold. So I'm going to do this top 5 review on my winter jacket because I just don't give a shit. It is well into the night on Sunday, and I'm trying to get this edited and done and out for you all to enjoy. So, starting with number 5, Nocturne Orianna was a combo that we saw a good bit this weekend, and clearly, there's a reason why.
Place the Otacon throws that we're missing now.
Right now, Sentinels are holding the line here as Impact again always threatening, but this time Ignar is there to match him. XU is spotted. He's separated from the rest of the team. Darkwings will see him, the paranoia to turn the lights off, and that is just Baron secured. It's going to come down to a fight afterwards, and the knockwave on FBI! 80 carry out before the fight even kicks off proper. Huhi knocking up the follow-up of Photon as Impact yet again holding the line. Nice interrupt from XU on Rahel ulting in there, but it is not going to stop him. Domination from the bot laner of Sentinels and domination from Sentinels as a team.
That was the Hambach delivery system delivering a Nocturne Orianna combo straight onto the face of FBI, as Sentinels were able to take care of Dignitas pretty easily this weekend. It was very clear that Dig has not had a lot of time to scrim with their full roster. Sentinels finally got a full week to scrim with their full roster, and this was the result that you got. Hambach notably playing very well in this entire series. Darkwings, I think, also getting a notable shout out. Impact played decently well. There's not too much to say from this series because it was very lopsided, the most lopsided of the entire weekend. But it's still important to note whenever players do well, even in those low matchups. And yes, Hambach played exactly as he intended to. He now goes into a matchup next week, though, against a much harder opponent in Team Liquid. So we'll see how he does because, as we'll see later in this package, Team Liquid is also going to be showing up. At number 4 for the second straight week in a row, Gryffinn continues to impress on his jungle picks. This time, though, in a game 3 on Mbessa, which he notably has played a good bit in solo queue, but he said it sometimes lacks agency. Well, when you get this many kills in one play, I don't think that really matters.
Flowers, FlyQuest burning it through. It doesn't look like there's any steal opportunity. Diana very far away, but
yeah. FlyQuest, though, look at the health bars. Quad and Cryogen are both at about half. The Baron's down to 3,000. Gizno's not here just yet. The Baron is going to be secured by Gryffinn, but what about the fight after? Lyonz in the middle of everybody. Cryogen trying to keep everyone away. Gryffinn putting the pressure onto Sejet, and he's already killed him. Disguised AD carry down. Lyonz goes right back into his own grave. A double kill back to the Mbessa as Gizno goes golden, only to stay alive an extra half second. Call me can't do anything here on the Yone. As Masu is under pressure from Castle, it's a triple kill back over to Gryffinn. The Mbessa is running wild. Castle's the only man standing. FlyQuest wanted a Baron. They're going to get an ace on the side. It's a quadra kill over to Gryffinn.
I wouldn't necessarily say that FlyQuest was fully pushed to their limits in this series against DSG, but there were definitely moments where they needed to step up and perform. And in that game 3, whenever you asked them to carry the most, yeah, Gryffinn did exactly that. He noted whenever I talked to him during the NA tag team thing that Mbessa is one of these champions where if you miss your ult, you have some damage, but it's not always a guarantee. It's actually a fairly difficult champion that lacks some of the tools that other champs have, despite the fact that she has a billion dashes. Well, clearly when you get far enough ahead and you can just absolutely style on people, or if you have a point and click way to remove an ADC from a team fight, because by all means, it was eyes on Sejet for the most part in this game 3. Could the Aphelios get time and space in these fights to carry? But Gryffinn was on top of him the entire time and just shut down game 3, leading to a FlyQuest 2-1 victory, which will see them with a matchup against C9 next Sunday with the final series of the weekend. Moving up to number 3, sticking in the same series though, game 2 was one that was very interesting for DSG specifically. They picked a comp that is just all go, no breaks. I think it was a Vi, a Rek'Sai, a Kai'Sa, a Bard, and I forget. Oh, I think they had no, I can't remember who they had in mid lane, but either way, it was all gas, no breaks for this DSG squad. And if they pull it off, it goes well. If you miss, it can be a problem. But luckily, one of the most underappreciated parts of this roster in the sport, Lyonz, was the one that came up the most clutch, leading to a Game 2 victory.
Mid tower and then come over for the contest.
Yeah, DSG taking out the tier 2, now trying to wrap around and find their entry into this fight. Masu is alone away from the rest of the team up here in the top lane.
Flash.
Tempered Fate onto the top laner and jungler of FlyQuest is now they want to try to burst down Gryffinn, and they've already killed him. So Jed takes the kill. The Baron's down to 3,000 HP. Lots of damage onto the FlyQuest players already as Quad has to go home just to stay alive. Disguise may have found their fight. Castle takes Quad out of the picture, and Disguise kill 2 and take the Baron. Cryogen's about to die now for a third. What a massive swing for DSG.
I know everybody talks about Busio Bar, which obviously is no longer in the region, but it's nice to see somebody that people counted out last year stepping up and making a massive two-man play, which snowballs into a win for DSG, and popping off on a champion that, when piloted incorrectly, can look really bad, but it looked great in his hands, and DSG played perfectly in this game. So Jed followed up well. Kizno continues to prove why he realistically could have a starting spot on some of these LCS rosters, but in general, this was his final week. Next week, Cryro will be stepping back into the roster full-time as he got his visa approved just a few days ago. So honestly, what's there not to love about a DSG that looks like they could possibly contend for top 4, top 5 in this league? Like, that's so much fun. At number 2, though, is our favorite currently in the LCS. By far, I think, like, the unanimously agreed upon best team in the region. And in my opinion, easily tied for first as the best mid laner in the league right now, finding the important pick needed to win Game 2.
Even die, Blabber's going back to base, has no ult, so he's rushing out, and Lion are right onto the Elder.
Lions starting this up. They burned it down to about half HP. C9 have to force them back. There's no jungler here for the C9 side, but a nice seismic shove! It's APA and he found Saint! Now Dopa's gonna try to find some damage right back the other way as Sven needs auto attacks. He lands a couple, he's trying to kite him out and he finds a second kill. Berserker looking for his way into the C9 lines, but no! Berserker gets knocked into the Guardian Angel. Blabber jumps back forward, a triple kill over to Sven. Berserker's alive, but the spear is ready to find his heart. Double kill over to Blabber. Ace, C9.
That's gonna be the game!
One day, APA will get the full respect that he deserves. I don't know when that will be. I know people are just waiting on him to make mistakes, but dude, the last 2 weeks he has performed incredibly well. And it's proof that, once again, some of these guys that people think, oh, you know, they were washed on Team Liquid in this case, or they've hit their ceiling and it's just never going to get better from here. Sometimes a change in environment is all you need. And APA is just on form right now. All of C9, for the most part, is on form. I think Sven actually got Player of the Week this week, if I'm not mistaken. Yet I thought Blabber deserved it for his series. Like, I thought he was criminally underrated the entire weekend. But either way, like, Sven legitimately still is up there with the conversation as maybe the best ADC in the league right now. I know people don't want to hear that. We'll write him off, but it's the honest to God truth. Jesus, sorry, it's getting late. Whether you accept that or not, it is. But APA, man, the last 2 weeks, he's just been finding these plays that he needs to take care of business. But at number 1 is the mid laner that is up there with him for best in the league. And boy, even without the Nocturne Orianna combo in this specific situation, he's proving why Orianna is a problem.
Game insurance for the sole laners who are likely to carry the game.
Yeah, Core could be in some trouble here. Tries to go for the defensive. Ulti, he gets scooped over the wall. Zinni just saved him.
Whoa!
And the shockwave across everybody. There's the knockwave. Yon, Jose, and Quid to lead him as Zinni is playing for the wrong team. He scooped Core across the wall, saved him, and his whole team died.
Wave man!
Ooh, boy.
How does it... That's one of the biggest, like, from edge to edge, he hit everybody.
That is a 4-man
That is
ulti.
everyone's reaction.
Core tries to self-ult just to delay, gets scooped over the wall, lives the whole...
This is one of those plays that you immediately know is going number 1 because you're just waiting for every person's reaction, all the co-streams to come out. Spawn's face cam was incredible as well. Like, it's just a fun moment where, yes, TL was a little bit ahead. It was very clear early on that this is probably going to be a game that they win, but this just sealed the deal. It was like, all right, the game's done, series is done. Let's move on, shall we? Team Liquid proved why, yes, a loss to C9 is not as damning as you would think whenever Morgan had just got here. They bounced back incredibly strong this week. For Shopify Rebellion, you look at them and be like, okay, Zinni is going to take time to develop. I know some people thought he would come in and just crush right away. Nah, you got to give him time. I wouldn't hit the panic button fully yet about Shopify. There are warning signs here, but maybe a loss against Dignitas will make me reconsider that. But for now, I think you're fine. Like, just relax if you're a Shopify fan. Don't panic, despite how much I banter and talk crap on Cloud9, because I'd imagine he's probably actually panicking right now. But you'll be fine. All right? It's still the beginning of the year. You're not Humble Life. You're not eliminated yet. All right? Just take a chill pill, and all is fine. But for Team Liquid fans, a very strong bounce back in week 2, after some people were scared about how things would go in week 1. So that's it. That's my top 5 plays from this week. Let me know your thoughts. Was there any play in particular that I missed? Any player that you thought really stood out? And again, a massive thank you to everybody that tuned into the co-stream. It's safe to say the ShyKnock watch party was a massive success. Like, the numbers were just incredible. And honestly, the community that we got going and just like the positivity is really nice to see. It's just people really happy to watch NA. From many different regions, by the way. It's not just North America. Like, I've had people note from Europe, from Australia, and beyond that they were tuning in to see, which is amazing. I don't know what else to say. So thank you again to everybody. We'll be back on Wednesday to talk about Los Ratones, and Friday again for the pit. If you haven't done so, be sure to sub to the channel already. Drop a like on the video. And again, thank you. I'll catch you around. I'm tired. Bye-bye.